Hello friends, how are you? I hope you all are doing great. So guys, let's continue with our discussion on overhead costing, and what we have been discussing about is the machine hour rate. We have been doing the practical problems on machine hour rate, right? And in this lecture we are going to wind up this topic now. This is the last lecture for machine hour rate. We'll be doing two practical sums, question number 11 and question number 12. In the last lecture I told you to attempt question number 11, and I hope most of you must have attempted it, and it was given as a homework, but I told you that I will solve it in the lecture also, so don't worry about it, right? So without wasting any time, let's start with question number 11. Let's read it. Right, sir. Calculate machine hour rate for recovery of overheads for a machine from the following information. Cost of machine 25 lakh rupees. Estimated salvage value 1 lakh. Estimated working life of the machine is 10 years, right? So it is given in the time. So that means this information is given for purpose of depreciation, and depreciation is based on time. And I told you if the depreciation is based on time, then it is a fixed charge. Right, sir. Moving on. Annual working hours are 3000 in the factory. The machine requires 400 hours per annum for repairs and maintenance, right? And repair and maintenance hours are unproductive always, and always. Setting up time of the machine is 156 hours per annum to be treated as productive time, right? Now he says that out of total working hours are 3000. Out of the 3000 hours, 400 hours for repair and maintenance, right? And 156 hours as the setup time, they are to be treated as productive time, right? And I have given you the rules that if the setup time is to be taken as productive, what to do? No power and fuel consumption is to be taken, right? That is why we are solving this problem. Cost of repairs and maintenance for the whole working life of the machine is 3,50,000. Now this 3,50,000 is for the whole working life. That means this 3,50,000 is for 10 years and not 1 year. Power used 15 units per hour at a cost of 5 per unit. No issues in that. No power consumed during the maintenance and setting up time. So he has clearly given in the question that no power is consumed during the maintenance. During the maintenance, we always understand, sir, because it is an unproductive time, right? But because the setup time is given as productive, even then there is no power consumption during the setup time. Now, if this line is not given in the question, what to do, sir? Even if this line is not given in the question, you have to assume it that no power is consumed during the maintenance and setup time. Clear? A chemical required for operating the machine is 9980 per annum. The wages of an operator is 4000 per month. The operator devoted 1/3 of his time to the machine. Annual insurance charges 2% of the cost of machine, right? Light charges for the department are 2500 per month, having 48 points in all, out of which only 8 points are used at the machine. So there is an area in the machine with 48 light points, right? This 2500 per month is for 48 points, whereas for this particular machine, out of these 48 points, only 8 points are being used for this particular machine, right? Other indirect expenses are chargeable to the machine at 6500 per month. See, few things that you need to be very careful in the examination, right? First thing, that all the expenses which are given, whether they are given per month, per annum, per quarter, right, or for the whole life, like in this case the repairs and maintenance cost is given for the whole life, that is for 10 years. So you need to be very careful. Whenever you are taking the total overheads, it should be uniform. That means the total overheads should be either on the annual basis or on the semi-annual basis or quarterly basis or monthly basis, whatever you want to take. Hours as well as overheads, they should be uniform, right? If you are taking total overheads as monthly overheads, then your total machine hours should also be monthly. Clear? And if you are taking the total overheads annually, then your machine hours should also be annually. So you need to be very careful that the total overheads and total machine hours, they should be uniform. That means annually, semi-annually, monthly, quarterly, whatever you are taking, it should be uniform. Clear? Be very careful with this thing. You can write this down in your notes. To be, whenever you revise, this point should come to your mind that we need to be very careful in the examination with this thing, right? Because this is one area where a lot of people commit mistakes. I have taken lot of test series, 15-day challenges I often take, right? For this July attempt, I couldn't take much of the series because of some reasons. But whenever I take, I always find this one point that students commit mistake, right? They do not read the question carefully. Whenever you read it in the examination, whenever you read the question, keep on marking the things that this is per month, this is per annum, right? Like I keep on highlighting the things while reading the question. You people also have to do the same thing. Highlight the things, right? Now, have you gone through this question? And I'm pretty much sure that a lot of people must have attempted on their own. Right, now it's time to cross check your answers, right? Let's see, question number 11. I have already written the solutions, right, to save some time, but don't worry, you will get the clarity. The first step is the calculation of effective machine hours, right? What is the total working hours? 3000 hours given in the question, less maintenance hours 400, no problem. Setup time, I have taken it as 0. So the effective machine hours is 2600 hours. I have given a note that setup time is given to be productive. That is why we have taken it as 0. Any issues in this? Right? Calculation of effective machine hours is very easy. Right, sir. Then calculation of machine hour rate per annum and per hour on the same basis, fixed charges. I have taken repairs and maintenance. Now see, this repair and maintenance cost of 3,50,000 is given for 10 years. That is why what I have written is 3,50,000 divided by 10 to find out the repairs and maintenance cost for 1 year. Clear, sir? 35,000 per annum. Depreciation 25 lakh minus 1 lakh salvage value divided by 10. I have taken it as a fixed charge. Why? Because it is on the basis of time, that is 10 years, right? If it is on the basis of the number of hours, then you can take it as a variable expense. Clear? Operator's wages. Now operator wages is 4,000 rupees. Let's see. Operator, he says operator wages are 4,000 per month, right? So I will multiply it by 12, 4,000 multiplied by 12 to get the annual value. And on this particular machine, operator has devoted 1/3 of the time. That is why divided by 3, right? This is 1/3 of time. This is 1/3 of time. Clear, sir? First calculated the annual value, then divided by 3 because the operator has devoted only 1/3 of his time, 16,000 rupees. Insurance charges 2% of the value, 25,50,000 rupees, right? No issues in that. Light charges. Now listen to it very carefully about the light charges. He says 24,500 per month for 48 points, right? What is he saying is, this is an area, right? There are 48 points. There are 48 points and the cost is 2,500 rupees per month, right? So can you tell me the annual cost for 48 points? Annual cost for 48 points, right? That is 2,500 multiplied by 12, right? 2,500 multiplied by 12. This will give me 30,000 rupees. Now for this particular machine, only 8 points are being used. That means we need the cost for 8 points, right? So I can say annual cost for 8 points, right? 30,000 divided by 48 multiplied by 8, isn't it? Divided by 48 multiplied by 8. This gives you 5,000 rupees. This is for this particular machine. Are you clear? Right? For this particular machine, only 8 points are being used. 48 is for the total area. For this particular machine, only 8 points are being used, right? So 2,500 multiplied by 12 divided by 48 multiplied by 8. So this gives you 5,000 rupees. Any doubts? Other indirect expenses 6,500 per month given to you multiplied by 12, 78,000. So the total charges you get is 4,24,000, right? Then fixed charges per hour divided by the effective hours 163.08. Now coming to variable charges, first see the chemical. Chemical is 9880 annually divided by 2600 hours. You will get the cost per hour 3.80. Now coming to power. Listen to it very carefully. He says the power used 15 units per hour at a cost of 5 per unit. Right? 15 units per hour at a cost of 5 per unit. Clear, sir? Now this power consumption is for how many hours? Sir, this power consumption is for how many hours? Right? I need to calculate this power consumption for how many hours? The power is consumed for 2444 hours. Sir, how this is calculated? 3000 is the total hours, minus 400 is the maintenance, minus 156 is the setup time, because the question clearly says that during the setup time there is no power consumption. That is why I have multiplied it with 2444 to calculate the total power consumption. Then I divide the total power consumption by 2600, that is the effective hours, to calculate power consumption per effective hour. This is indicative of power consumption per effective hour. Clear? I have multiplied it with 2444 to calculate the total annual power consumption, right? Then divided by 2600 to calculate the power consumption per effective hour, right? So do not confuse with such things. This is very, very important. That is why I highlighted this 2444. Clear? Because the question is specifically given that there is no power consumption during the setup time, but there is production during the setup time. So that is why we do not subtract the setup time while calculating the effective machine hours, but while calculating the total power consumption we will subtract the setup time. Is that clear, sir? Any doubts in this thing? I hope this much is clear. Right? So you get the total machine hour rate 237.38. Any doubts in question number 11? I hope this is clear. A simple question, not a difficult question, right? The only thing was the treatment of the setup time, right? Now, some people will ask me, sir, there is a question on the 2-tire machine hour rate. I'll discuss that. Don't worry about it, right? I'll give you the hint that what is a 2-tire machine hour rate. That is nothing much. If you will read the question carefully, 2-tire is nothing but in first tire, that is this machine hour rate is divided into two parts. One part says that setup time is unproductive and the second part says the setup time is productive. So you have to calculate the machine hour rate in the two ways basically. One where the setup time is unproductive and the second where the setup time is productive. That is called the 2-tire machine hour rate, nothing else. Right? It's not a big deal. Clear, sir? So we are done with question number 11. Now coming to question number 12. Let's read question number 12. A machine shop has 8 identical drilling machines manned by 6 operators. The machines cannot be worked without an operator wholly engaged on it. Read this line very carefully. It says that there is a machine shop, there is an area in the factory which has 8 machines, right, which are being run by the 6 operators, and without an operator a machine cannot run. Can you tell me the meaning of this line? I'm saying there are 8 machines and 6 operators, and without an operator a machine cannot run. Can you tell me the meaning? Sir, in simple words, if I can say that at any point of time there are only 6 machines which are running. 2 machines will remain idle. Why? Because there are 6 operators, and he says that without an operator a machine cannot work. So that means at any point of time only 6 machines are working, 2 machines will remain idle. Isn't it clear? The original cost of all the 8 machines works out to be 8 lakh. The costs are furnished for a 6-month period. Always highlight such things, guys. Always highlight such things. He is given that this cost is for a 6-month period, right? Normal available hours per month 208, absenteeism without pay. Now this information is related to the labor. This information is given to related to labor, that absenteeism without pay 18, leave with pay 20, normal idle time unavoidable 10 hours, average rate of wages per day of 8 hours is 20. ठीक है सर, right sir. Production bonus estimated 15% on the wages, value of power consumed, supervision and indirect labor, lighting and electricity. Now all these expenses are for 6 months, right? 6 months and all the machines, 6 machines. Sir, why 6 machines? There are 8 machines, but only 6 machines are running at any point of time. Now, further he says these particulars are for a year. Now, some information is given annually. This information is now annually. Repair and maintenance, including consumables, 3% of the value of machines. Insurance, 40,000. Other sundry work expenses, 12,000. Depreciation, 10% on original cost. Journal management expenses allocated, 54,530. You are required to work out the comprehensive machine hour rate for the machine shop. Now, this is a very, very good question. This is a very good question. Pause the video, read the question again carefully, right? I'll show you, not possible, sir. Read the question carefully, right? Most of you must be having the question in the mobile app, KSJ Teaching mobile app. You can read it from there. Right, sir? Gone through. So first step is the calculation of the machine effective machine hours. Let's see. The first step is the calculation of effective machine hours. Now, what are the total hours per month? 208. Absenteeism per month. Now, this information is related to labor, that is the 6 operators who are working, isn't it? The total number of hours per month is 208. Absenteeism is 18. Leave with pay per month is 20. Normal idle time 10. So the effective, not machine hours, effective hours per month, I have to write it. Effective working hours, I can say. Effective working hours per month is 160. Now the total effective machine hours. Now what I have to calculate it is, this is for the operator. Now I want to calculate it for the machines. I say 160 hours multiplied by 6 machines, because these operators are working on the 6 machines, right? Multiplied by, this is for 1 month. I have written it per month, per month, per month, per month and per month, right? So 160 hours multiplied by 6 machines, because what I need is, I need machine hours. I don't need the labor hours. I need the machine hours, right? 160 hours that the labor is, those operators are operating per month multiplied by 6 machines, right? I will get the total number of hours on the machines multiplied by 6 months. Sir, why 6 months? Because if you can see here, this data, this information is given for 6 months. This is a 6-month period. Clear? This is given as a 6-month period. The costs are given for the 6 months. So I have decided to take it for the 6 months. You can decide to take it for a year also. If you want to take it for a year, then while taking total overheads, do not forget to convert this into 1 year. Clear? I have taken it for 6 months, 5760 hours. Clear, sir? Now, here, come to machine hour rate. We'll come to operator wages later on. What is the first one? Sir, operator wages is the first one. Okay. We have to anyhow discuss the operator wages first. I have written working note number 1. What is that? See, this operator is working. He says the normal available hours is 208. Any doubts? And the absenteeism without pay is 18 days. 18 hours, sorry. Absenteeism without pay, that is out of 200 hours, 18 hours we are not paying him. For the 18 hours we are not paying him, right? So I will subtract those hours. When I am calculating the wages for the hours for which I am not paying the wages, why should I be taking those hours? I will not take those hours. From 208 I will subtract 18. Sir, why are we not subtracting 20 and 10? He says leave with pay. That means he is on leave, but we are making payment to him, right? While calculating the effective hours, we will subtract it, but while calculating the wages, we have to take it. We are not going to subtract it. Why? Because even when he is on leave, we are paying him, we are paying the wages, right? Normal idle time, again, for the normal idle time, we will be making the payment, although there is no production, but we will make payment. Clear? So the hours per month for which the wages are paid is 190 hours. Clear? Now wage rate per operator per hour, it is given as average rate of wages per day is 8 hours is 20 rupees, right? This is for one operator, that is 2.5 per hour. For 8 hours 20 rupees, for 1 hour 2.5. Now wages of 6 operators for 6 months, 190 hours multiplied by 6 operators multiplied by 6 months multiplied by 2.5 per hour. This is what this is you will get the total hours, right? Total hours for 6 operators for 6 months, then multiplied by the rate 2.5 per hour, you will get the total wages as 17,100. Now this is important in this question. This is the important part. Clear? So while calculating the machine hour rate, I am taking the operator wages, that's fine. Production bonus is 15% of wages, it is given as, right, 2565. Power consumed directly given for 6 months. Supervision charges directly given for 6 months. Lighting and electricity, these are already given for 6 months, isn't it? These are already given for 6 months. Then repairs and maintenance, it is given annually. It is given annually, repairs and maintenance. 3% on value of machines. 3% of 8 lakh multiplied by 6 by 12, because we are taking all the expenses for 6 months instead of year. If you want to take it for 12 months, then convert these 3 expenses into year. Right? So be very careful in the examination. You can do that ways also. You can take it for a year, right? But you need to be careful that which expenses are to be converted into year then. Repairs and maintenance done. Insurance 40,000 into 6 by 12. Depreciation simple, sir. Straight line basis 10%, 6 by 12. Other sundry work expenses 6 by 12. General management expenses 6 by 12. Very simple. Total overheads you have got. See, this question I have done with a different approach. I have not distributed the expenses into fixed and variable, right? So that is why I told you that you can do it in the examination. Third step, calculate the machine hour rate, total overheads. Now this total overheads is for 6 months, 6 machines, 6 months, and the effective wages, effective machine hours also for 6 machines, 6 months, right? So machine hour rate is 1,37,480 divided by 5760, that is 23.87. Clear, sir? This is question number 12 for you. Very simple. This machine hour rate is not at all difficult. The only thing is that you should read the question very carefully, that all the expenses are given annually, monthly, quarterly, whatever it is given, and it should be uniform, and on the same basis your effective machine hours should be uniform, right? If you are taking all the expenses for the year, your effective machine hours should also be for the year. If you are taking total overheads for 1 month, your effective machine hours should also be for 1 month, right? There should be uniformity. That is very, very important, because this is one area where people often commit mistakes. That is why I'm again and again focusing on this area. That is very important, guys. Clear? Any doubts? Absolutely clear. Now with this, we have ended with the topic of machine hour rate, right? Now you can practice question from our handbooks. There are a few questions which are very good, right? You can practice more questions from the handbooks, from the ICI study material. You can practice more questions. Clear? Right, sir. Now what to do in the next lecture? Sir, is overheads complete? No, the overheads is not complete. Now in the next lecture, we'll start with the next topic in the overheads, that is under and over absorption of overheads. Under and over absorption of overheads. Right? So we'll start this topic in the next lecture, right? So see you guys in the next lecture. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you so much.